Hey guys, and welcome back to this week's video. Today we're gonna be doing Am I the Asshole? We're gonna be doing Am I the Asshole? I know I do a lot of these, and I like to see and read other stories and this read to towards other people, not like in a mean way. And I know like this is this for right now until we start doing more stuff. This for right now. This is what I do. So right now, if you want anything else to watch about, you guys tell me in the comments below and be like, look, I want to see this or do this. Like, I want to hear you guys' input in too. Let's get started. I already have one on my laptop here. I'm at the asshole for not telling my friend my shampoo has green hair tie in it. I'm a guy who with a bright green mohawk. I've had green hair for a while. I have to use a lot of hairspray to get it to stick up, so I have to wash my hair almost every day. This makes the green fade pretty fast, so I mix green hair tie with my shampoo and condense to make the color last longer. This has common. This is a common thing people do with color hair do. No, because I have like blonde highlights, like the highlights are down here now, but like I know it doesn't matter. But okay, if people do what the hell. Anyways, one of my friends stayed the night in my apartment after a shower. We went to because it after a show we went to because he missed her bus. In the morning, she asked if she can shower. She obviously didn't have anything of hers because she hasn't planned to stay the night, so I let her use my stuff. I showed her how to use my shower and told her to use my husband's shampoo and conditioner because mine is for my green hair. And she said, okay. I gave her a towel and left, and she took a shower. When she came out, I heard her scream and scream, and I asked her if she was okay. She started screaming that her hair was green, and so enough, her blonde hair has green spots all throughout. I asked her why she used my shampoo conditioner when I told her it was for my green hair, and she thought I meant it was a good special shampoo, and I just wanted to keep it for myself. And for that, I should have been more specific. Specifically told her it had green dye in it. I mean, you could have told her, hey, this has green hair like that, but you didn't tell her that. That's the most key thing. You didn't tell her this. So how do you expect her to know this? Let's continue. For context, the bottle are pink and ogre, but the cap are clear and are now stained green. The liquid inside also green from the dye. I told her that it was obvious what I meant, but if she didn't fully understand me, she would have disrespected my things enough to not use them. Simply because I told her. She did not like that. Now she won't talk to me and say our other friends I'm an asshole for not telling about the dye. I might have, maybe I should be more specific, but I don't know think I'm the asshole here. I'm not the asshole. To be honest, I feel like yes, you told her about the dye, and you told her, hey, use this, but you weren't being specific. You weren't being like on point on what, like the shampoo, like what was in there. You didn't care. You didn't like the typical what was in the sample. Like I feel like it was like, here, bring your fuck on. Let's read the comments. Let's see. Did me had no. Okay. I used the shampoo. I used the shampoo. You told me not to use because I thought it was gatekeeping. Oh well. Oh. Like I did think you were gonna bring the also here, Bill. I don't know. That doesn't mean. But what? Okay, this is. I might. This has. Not okay. Am I the asshole for being disappointed that my sister did not give me anything for my birthday? A. For my 33 female birthday last week. And my sister, 18 female, did not give me anything to buy us agreeing that we will not exchange Christmas presents and will get each other birthday presents instead. For her birthday in October, I got her a few presents during a very expensive beauty products night. I rarely ask for anything from anyone for my birthday, and I'm not upset about not receiving anything, but mostly because of our agreement to do birthday presents. Okay, you didn't give more details, so I don't know what's happening between weekend most. I'm gonna read the comments. Maybe there's more information in the comments so we can read that information. Does he have an income? Is he paying for other things like rent, food, clothes, and that's really? Yes, he has a part-time job. He does not have any rent or bills. So why did you ask so? Why didn't you ask so? Why he wasn't able to buy you any gifts? Or did you just decide it was a? Did I? Hey, the one that was amazing. I read this was there, so I don't know. I need full more details. Now there's another one that I found. I might have asked her for deciding to stay full time with my grandparents because I don't want to follow rules set by my dad's girlfriend. My dad kind of still cozy with my grandparents more than my life. He had a Yuki cozy, but they will help out by taking me for several days or a whole week or two during the month. I 17 minutes. Back to where I was. I 17 male was still close to my dad, and we still had time for us, and he was involved. But when his work kept him late, it was easier for me to have another home to stay in versus getting home late or being on my own. Let's continue. My dad and grandparents had the same household rules, and I now had an issue with them. About a year ago, my dad started dating someone new, and she seemed fine, but she had a lot of rules and a lot of things she's strict about that dad isn't. When dad told me he decided to move in with her, by moving to her house, I asked him how that's gonna work, and he said I need to follow her rules, and she was pretty clear about that to him. He also said she would be enforcing the rules, and I would basically need to trust her like she's him or my grandparents. I didn't want to follow her rules. They were so different from the rules I know, and I find some of her rules to be extreme because I don't think it was fair to ask my dad to move in with her. I asked my grandparents I could live with them full time. They say yes, and my dad was upset. But he told me if I wanted to do that, then he would make so we spend time together. Yeah, but what are these rules? Like, dude, what was these rules? I wanna know. Like, what was there? Like, what they like? We need details. We need bro, must keep reading. I now live with my grandparents, and dad said live with his girlfriend. She's offended. I choose to live with my grandparents, and she's offended. I didn't want to live to follow her rules. She tried to insist on some of her rules, even though I didn't live with her, like having dinner with her and her kids, and taking part in making a meal with them. My dad wouldn't even beat them all the time. He also wanted me to join them Sunday for a planned family time. I worked Sundays, so that was away a no. But even on my day off, I don't want to be obligated to spend it there. She expected me to help her niece move into her place too, and she has her kids helping with that. It's one of the rules that you help find more move and cancel any plans you have to do it. One, everything. Okay, I might be the asshole here, but one, you don't live with her, and you don't even have you don't have the obligate to do anything with her or her kids. Does that she to use that time with her and her kids? Nah, I can get if you were living there, but you aren't. I think you should be obligated to follow those rules. I don't think so. My grandparents were surprised she was trying to make me follow her rules from her house, and Dad told her to stop, but she kind of did. But she says she still found it to be bad that I would rather live apart from him than follow her rules. She also said I wasn't showing her respect. She sobbed, and I told her she's not my parent and she doesn't get to demand the same kind of respect when I do what she says. Am I the asshole? No. Because if like you basically live there, and why is your dad moving to a different house where he has a perfect good house you don't have to be moving into? Like, I get it, you want to be with your partner, but like, why is he? I think he's bending over, not saying anything, and staying there and yelling her and not putting his foot down. But when we can find out, so we read. This one says, I might have asked her for name my mother to a tantrum and uninvite her to my wedding. I'm getting married in that over a month. My fiance and I got engaged and decided we wanted to have a wedding abroad and to bring a small number of our friends and family with us under $50. This has been about a year in the works. Everyone super excited when you booked invitation sent, flights booked and sold. My mother has stopped. My mother has been been a narcissist and who sooner die than apologize for anything she says or does or doesn't do. She also managed to never be at fault. Masaki, I know this, and everyone in her family knows this. She's a difficult person, but the child tested, but she's family, always manages to win over. She also has a strict record of being extremely violent. This comes into play. Why do I think like this gonna go south really fast? So must see like the kickoff. As Messi Rain has been a year in the works. Guests filled invitations sent over a year ago. Small venue abroad. Every bed taking we wanted small and intimate. So we will enter a small room, no tables, nobody gets a plus one. We only inviting people who we know and who invite intimate if they want to go. The rules come from the beginning. No expectations. I can get that. And this is a fun thing. Like I'm an artist, and if any of my family say this, I am sorry. I'm gonna buy y'all out at this point. One of my cousins, she was getting married, and like supposedly like there were no kids involved. Like no kids could be in the wedding, right? I was not invited. Like I wasn't even invited or anything. But yeah, see, like oh no kids could be. Y'all know this, no that, blah blah. I find out on Instagram that my cousin's kids were there. How does that make sense? How do you like invite two other kids and not someone else's kids? Like, that was kind of messed up. I thought that was messed up. I had to find that on Instagram, and the fact that my dad was like, I would have taken you, but you weren't invited. But these other two kids were invited. Like, make it like that did hold me. So like, I was just reading the story. I must continue reading and see. Like, in October, I was still waiting on an RSVP for my brother. A month after the RSVP day, I brought it up with my parents, and he was messing that he didn't respond because I haven't given him a plus one, so he may not come unless he brings his new girlfriend. TF. Shocked? I read our rule. No one gets a plus one, and covered I never met his girlfriend, and that if he wanted a slaw, he had 6 months plus at this point to ask me. I was accused of being a bad son, and that I too have known to others given a plus one on a accepted, even though no one got one. The response, everything that my brother was right. If he didn't respond, then and I was in the wrong, understandable. I was a bit more and left. I decided I needed a week or two to calm down and then talk to the folks. After a few months, my mother went in to respond. 2 weeks later, she showed up to my house in the middle of the workday while I was at work to confront me for not responding to her. After a 5-minute exchange where I explained why I was annoyed, she got in her car and drove off. After telling me she had nothing to do with it. Go, what, are you planning a whole wedding? No, like, fast forward another 2 weeks. I still don't respond to my mother's messages as I don't want to reward her behavior. I got a message at 10 p.m. on a Sunday night that I did try more, even if I don't give a fuck about her. I did not respond. Okay, why is he texting at 10 o'clock at night knowing the next day you all have work? You had a 24 hours deadline during the day to resolve. You didn't. I'm continue. Radio signed up to Christmas, where I communicate in advance to the Butler family that I won't be attending this year. I said that unless my mother is prepared to apologize for abusive messages and attitude, I'm not showing up for Christmas because I'm not going to that environment where it would be like a power game and private fights at Christmas. I'll accept it, and I think it's fine. 2 days later, I'm over my in-laws, and I get a message from my mother telling me what horrible person I am, that neither me or my fiance give a shit about her or the family, and that I'm not showing up for Christmas really shows how little we give a fuck about her. She said that it would be the best if I took her off the wedding guest. Yes, obviously that is all pretty well to hear 2 days after Christmas, and it stressed me out. Again, I not respond as I made my decision to get a cry, give to my parents and boy family that what I need. Now, at a few weeks from the wedding, I've heard nothing from my mother since Christmas, and haven't heard anything in the person exchange October. My family are asking what's happening, and I apologize yet to her. I've made clear if she's undefined herself in the wedding, and if she is even willing to the case in a persistent matter of or dress that the fact that she is doing is very abusive and manipulating, then I would have to take her our word and keep all the guesses. Yeah, I can see the whole I'm gonna manipulate you, and I'm gonna use that cut over your head. That was easy to do, like, because that's because you guys didn't go over there for Christmas. You make it, you wanna go over there, and she got mad. I'll be mad. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna continue. I've been told she's the family that I'm not being an asshole, that I got trust on her family, but I felt the thought that breaks the camel back. My fiance and her family are supportive for me here. And the reality is that if things were mending today, I don't trust that on the rainy days he wouldn't try to blow things up. That's too bad everything makes me sound like a bad person. But the idea of being out there. So I'm at the asshole. I know it's selfish on me, but I really don't see any real doing our rain day with her there. A bonus account for office reasons. I'm gonna say this right now. I don't think you're the asshole. I think your mama is the asshole here. Can hire you back. Oh, but now you both been his girlfriend, new thing, I don't know. I'm gonna call it thing because it's a thing, I don't know. Like, you didn't been up 6 months prior, so I'm gonna call it thing. This is thing. Okay. A thing. I don't think it's that, so I think I think you stood your ground back. No. Okay. Let me find. Okay. I might have asshole. Right tells best friend that he's pregnant before me the second time. We've been trying for a baby for a year. This time I have feelings she might be pregnant because I know she missed her period, so I asked her to take a test when she did after a few days. When she did, she amazed at the result to her best friend, and then mentioned it to me the next day. This is the second time she told her friend before telling me that she's pregnant. When we were trying for a first, I told her the last time that it would upset me, and I really prefer to be the first to know. And then she tells her friend and me, I might have asked her for big thing. I know about this. Like, I can get telling her best friend before telling you, because that's the thing. Like, I get you want to know, like, be the first to know about this, and I get that. Like, I really get that you want to be the first one to know. Like, that's your baby. You to be the first one to know. But at the same time, it's like, it's up to who she tells someone. Maybe she want to talk to her friend about this before telling you about this. Like, you never know what in her head. I'm not defining it, but I feel like this here out and see. We're gonna do another one. Okay. I might ask her for quitting my job immediately after being given an interactive task. For context, I'm 17 female. I started an operating shift 4 months ago for a specific top role. Before I started the job, I have been warned about the toxic environment of the workplace, and I ran to not work there. I decided to go against the advice as I was in the course, qualification, and experience. I was definitely taking up the offer. I mean, yeah, someone told you, don't go for it. But I mean, like, everybody has to learn their own way. Like, this girl's 17, right? I'm gonna call you Sarah because I don't know, my name probably is Sarah. But Sarah decided to take a job 4 months ago for a specific role, a job role, and it was a toxic environment. That see how there was a toxic environment. We're gonna continue. Must see. Oriented start. Oriented start at the top. I was warned by my coworkers of the management and the behavior of one of the senior member of staff. I was told that before me, many people are yet to top almost a minute after starting of the treatment they received. For the first month or so, nothing was out of the ordinary. Everybody was polite and fair understanding towards me until I was searching for promised rights. For the first few days, I had been organizing all day, and I was put out front in customer service with no prior training of safety measures, technology accessible. I was expected to ask my master anytime I wasn't sure what to do. I continued to yawn mostly based on obfuscation or freaky asking questions, but I started to notice changes behavior. My master would be passive aggressive towards me, embarrass me in front of customers and say and would generally be difficult and disrespectful towards me. She would point out small mistakes, most of which I not been taught properly how to do it. Well, you are the trainer, you are just the woo and the wolves. Like, you are making the woo against the wolves at this point. And the work that I was doing was an entirely different job role that I applied for with no mention of when I would start training for the role I applied for. Eventually, I started my coursework with the training company I had attended 2 lessons 2 hours long each and had not learned any of the kind of things or science and paperwork that was necessary at the coursework was for the job role I applied for. I applied to not the one I was actually doing. Today's top of for me after several bad days and typical day of the master had embarrassed me in front of the customer with the customer apologized to me as he was not expecting me to be treated like that. For asking questions on her behalf, I carried on solving as well usually trying not to let get to me and was put aside and asked to get a dustpan, bucket, bucket, and a pair of gloves. She asked me to grab up the mud, leaves, and bugs out the front of the building. The building is very high street in a small town. I felt obligated to say yes as a parent as I had real power and didn't want to risk getting fired. Go, I would have left. If someone had told me get on your knees and go out there, I'm a back and nope. And I got to work at least 20 people who made comments. As I got to work, at least 20 people made comments, mostly of which saying that it was unfair and terrible to have, saying that they wouldn't ask me to do that, etc. I continued not wanting to disappoint or embarrass myself, for I was called back in as we knocked off a nurse and my fellow parent didn't treat me in comparison. And I met my other colleagues from nurse. I decided not to go back and inform them that I have quit. I'm an asshole for the way I did this reason. No, you're not an asshole. No, I would have the minute you told me if today was doing this. And now you know why people are assholes. And you're not an asshole, you're married an asshole. So I'm gonna end the video here, guys. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye.